Welcome to Dows and Clear, the video series that teaches you how to douse, how to find hidden blocks to your success, your high energy, your health, your well-being, your wealth, and kick them to the curb. Hey there, it's Colleen Flanagan, the Emotions Whisperer and Master Dowser. In this Dows and Clear video, I'm going to show you how to do surrogate dowsing for inflammation in an animal friend or a family member or anyone or anything anywhere on the planet. I would recommend before you do surrogate dowsing that you are 100% confident in your dowsing abilities on yourself. And one of the best things you can do is release all the fear that you might have that you might make things worse, or you're going to get the wrong information, that you're going to cause more problems instead of solving the emotions at the root of the inflammation or whatever you happen to be dowsing on. That is huge with most people I've worked with who want to surrogately douse for their loved ones or their animal friends. They have so many fears that they're going to make things worse, or they're going to get wrong information and maybe administer incorrect treatments or something like that. This information does not replace the care of a doctor. It can be used as a supplement for a doctor's care and medications and things like that. So that you really shouldn't have much to worry about, because we're not doing any physical stuff. We're releasing emotions at the root of inflammation in another person. So to get started, we'll just show you really quick how I douse. And dowsing is just a way to connect with your subconscious mind, because the conscious mind knows a lot of information, but the subconscious mind controls at least 90% of our thoughts, our words, our actions, our emotions and such. So quite often we don't even realize that the subconscious mind is controlling things, and it wants to keep us in our comfort zone, to keep your animals and your children in their comfort zones as well, and all your loved ones. Dowsing will show you what information is hidden that you can possibly modify to help your loved ones. So the way I douse, and this is shown in my book, Fearless Accurate Dowsing. There's tons of other ways to douse as well that are in my book and on the internet. It's just important that you're at a very accurate place before you douse for other people, and fearless about it. So I ask a question, and when my fingers come together, that's a yes answer. When my fingers fall below here, usually below my knuckles onto my palm, but below the other hand's fingers, that's a no answer, and I've programmed that in many, many years ago. There's so many different ways to douse. Find one that's comfortable for you and that feels good and that you're confident in. That's very, very important, especially when dowsing for others. So I don't have any animal friends that need any kind of help at this time. Is that correct? I do have a family member, an elderly family member, who gave me permission to douse for her and clear her anytime, anywhere that I get the inclination. And we're going to help that family member now. So let's just check this out. I'm focusing on her with the love in my heart, because I do love her dearly. And I feel that beautiful connection, that love, that joy, that peace with this beautiful being of light and love. And I'm just going to ask now, does this being that I'm connected into now, this family member, does she have any inflammation that we can help her with? Okay, great. Yes, she does. Is it in her joints, as opposed to internal organs being inflamed, for example? She has inflammation in any internal organs? No. So the joints, we'll just start at the top. It's the neck, the spine, arms, going down to the hips. Yes. Also, she has inflammation in the knees, the ankles, the feet. Okay, we got to work on the inflammation in the hips. Is it just one hip? It's the right hip. It's the left hip. Yes. Okay, so we got inflammation in the left hip, and this is about something that's happened in the year 2000 and beyond? Yes. All right. Was this when she was married to her second husband? Yes. So it's caused by the problems in that marriage? Yes. Hips move us forward. They propel us forward, right? Your hips just move you. Move your legs, the whole torso going. When you have problems moving forward in a relationship, in love, even loving yourself, sometimes you can get hip pain and inflammation. So that's what this precious soul has. Is this about the abuse that her husband heaped on her, and it was hard for her to move forward? She was afraid about that whole situation. We'll find the specific fear out of the 5 fears I always test for. That is a fear, this precious soul had a fear of failure of the marriage. Yes. Fear that the bad times will never end in the marriage. Yes. Fear of not feeling safe in the marriage. Yes. Fear of being rejected and abandoned. Yes. Fear of the consequences of the marriage successfully continuing. No. Okay, so we have 4 out of 5 fears. Are all these fears the same level, severity from 0 to 10? They're level 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. All right, so that's still pretty high, and all those fears, 4 fears out of a level 6, causing this inflammation in her right hip, which can definitely lead to more severe problems down the road. And she's never told me about this, and I'm not surprised she hasn't resolved what happened with that marriage. It got pretty bad at the end. But we're going to clear out just one of the fears. The biggest fear to clear out is the fear of marriage failure, fear of not being safe, bad times never ending, rejection and abandonment by the husband. Okay, fear of not being safe. That's because he became very abusive near the end of the marriage. And I won't go into details, but we'll just focus on that one fear, and that's a level 7. So, and now that I'm thinking about it, I'm feeling it's actually rising up a little bit, and that's because we're just saying to this fear, it's time for you to go. Maybe we'll be able to clear all the fears out, so let's just see how we do here. I use generally one of 2 clearing methods. One is to flick my hands at my energy, and that breaks up the energy as I'm talking about what I want to clear out. And I also do this, which is clears the governing vessel meridian, which handles all the other meridians, and will just clear everything. Now I'm doing this surrogately for this precious soul. Still connected into her? Yes. All right, so we're clearing now from that terrible time in her life. We're going to just check that year. Is there one specific year? Year 2000, 2001, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In 2006, that's when things really started getting bad and going downhill. All right, let's clear out. We're also sort of visualizing her left hip right now, and I can almost see a redness around it, but you don't have to do that. That's not necessary when you work for others. We're releasing for this precious soul all her fears of not being safe when the abuse started. Releasing her fears that she would be in another marriage that was going to fail. Releasing her fears of rejection and abandonment by her husband when he started reconnecting with old girlfriends on the internet. Releasing her fears that the bad times would never end, that she wasn't safe because he became abusive, almost like maybe he wanted to chase her out of the house, or even far worse, which we found out later, things he wanted to do with her. Clearing out her fear now, her terror, her horror, her agony, her anger, her rage, her bitterness. She entered in this love and this marriage honestly, and it turned to hell on earth. Clearing this out for this precious soul now. Just letting all this go. And so it is. Now I'm feeling her emotions bubbling up. I'm feeling a whole lot of releasing going on within my hips. That's how I sense other people's emotions, because I'm clairsentient. I can sense other people's emotions, as well as hear messages from spirit, clairaudience, clairvoyance, which means I can see things like I was seeing the red around her hips. The longer I've been dowsing, the more my intuition grows, and yours will too, and it's just so miraculous to have this gift. Everyone has it, okay? Everyone's born with intuition. It just takes a little bit of time and practice to develop it. You can do it. So let's recheck in on this precious soul I've been working on. This precious soul, her hip inflammation caused by emotions is at level 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right. All her emotions regarding that are triggering this hip inflammation and possible pain or any other conditions in her left hip, they are completely gone. All right. Well, that was very easy. Thank goodness. And I just cleared and talked about it, and just from what I remembered, and then I started seeing some pictures of what had happened with them. And that's nothing to be afraid of. Nothing to get upset about. Just remain neutral and clear, clear, clear. That's all you have to do when you work on other people. So I hope you enjoyed this Dowsing Clear on surrogate dowsing and clearing for loved ones. If you have any questions or concerns, you can contact me through my website, emorescue.com. There's tons of free stuff there for you to have fun with and play and experiment with on yourself. And you can also check out my book, Fearless Accurate Dowsing, on Amazon. There's links on my website, emorescue.com, to help you get to the exact location on Amazon you need to be. Thank you so much for watching. Bless you for loving your loved ones and helping them back to well-being. So be it. Namaste. Peace out.